Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Once again, we're joined with Dr. Hardt. Dr. Hardt, thank you so much for being with us.
I'm so happy to be here, Doug. We have some really cool things to talk about today.
We always do. And Dr. Hardt, one of the questions that I got in was to deal with PTSD. There's so many things going on these days. What can you tell us about PTSD and how to deal with that?
Well, it's a complex set of symptoms. And since the early 2000s, we've been very effectively treating children and adults with PTSD using the Alpha Training. Now, some insight to that is a paper that I published in a British journal, EC Psychology and Psychiatry, where we had the opportunity, because of a Canadian philanthropist, to train over 200 Canadian Aboriginal people, men, women, and children. And we also did a study with the Prince Albert school system, and had about 60 parent-child pairs that came for training. The Aboriginal people are as traumatized, in some cases more, than returning war veterans because of the residential school system, which continued in some places until 1989. A lot of children died there. They just turned up a mass grave near one of the former residential schools with 216 children in it. And so these people are hugely traumatized, and with often PTSD worse than returning war veterans. And so they came on scholarship, full scholarship, where their airfare, their taxi, their lodging, and their food and their Biocybernaut training fees were paid by this philanthropist. And we gave them batteries of personality tests before and after the training, and sometimes 6 and 12 months later. And the results of this study are published in EC Psychology and Psychiatry. The title of the paper is Reductions in Psychopathology in a Cohort of Male and Female Canadian Aboriginals. And so the Alpha Training, as you know, does only one thing. It improves the functioning of our central nervous system. And when that happens, all manner of traumas simply disappear. Now, it's not as simple as that. It's not like the technology does anything to you, but the technology is there as a mirror to reflect, and then there's wise guidance and coaching. There's a 14-step forgiveness process. It turns out that forgiveness only works when people are in a condition of rising alpha brainwaves. And so the combination of the technology and the intensive protocols, 7 consecutive days, and we've got miracles that happen. The technology, the protocols, and the transformational perspective of the Biocybernaut trainer. These three together constitute reductions in psychopathology, and PTSD just simply disappears. It's really
absolutely amazing. And that study is on the Biocybernaut website, correct?
Yes, and you can also access it online.
Absolutely, which is fascinating.
I mean, the journal itself is online.
Okay, gotcha. And can you repeat the journal again for everybody watching, Dr. Hardt?
Letter E, letter C, Psychology and Psychiatry. It's a British journal.
Excellent. And again, it can be found on the Biocybernaut website over at biocybernaut.com as well. Well, Dr. Hardt, thank you so much, as always, for sharing your insights and your information. I know how busy you are, and we all appreciate it when you take the time. So thank you so much.
Well, we are so grateful for having been able to help so many people who were in such desperate need. And so I'm happy to tell everyone about the possibilities. If you know somebody who's suffering from PTSD, or you yourself are, then perhaps there's a Biocybernaut Alpha Training in store for you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you again, Dr. Hardt.
Hi, I'm Tony Robbins. Listen, if you are looking to improve your brain, your psyche, your ability, your emotions, your ability to really maximize your performance, and you want to really dig into your brain, my dear friend, Dr. Jim Hardt, and his Biocybernaut program is extraordinary. I've been through it myself. My wife Sage has, members of my family have, and we found it to be truly extraordinary. But it is not for the faint at heart. Unless you're dead serious about really taking things to the next level, don't bother. We went through the Alpha program designed to maximize your ability to create alpha waves. And it was challenging and it was incredibly rewarding. And I'd recommend it to anybody serious about improving the quality of their lives or including the quality of their family lives as well. So check out Cybernaut, check out Dr. Jim Hardt. And if you do, I think you'll be really, really pleased. And the entire time you are learning to think and how you think these electrodes create sounds. And you learn how to put yourself in the zone of alpha. But it's a bitch. It's horrible. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody that wants easy experiences, but I'd recommend it to anybody that wants to grow immensely. And by the first day, I'm like, who do I got to shoot to get out of this thing? Oh, it's me. I'm the one that did this shit. Right? But by the end of the week, all three of us were able to go into this state of alpha. And if you're familiar with alpha, the best way I can describe alpha is there's no problem that can't be solved in alpha. Because every problem that we have was created by us.
Thank you for being here and absorbing this information about the science of brainwaves and about the stories of people whose lives have been beneficially altered, improved by doing brainwave training at Biocybernaut. And now I'm reaching out to you to invite you to come and be a part of the Biocybernaut adventure. Biocybernauts are to inner space what astronauts are to outer space. So come and adventure with us. And if you'd like to leave a comment on the videos, you can do that, or there's a link you can click if you'd like to learn more. We welcome you to Biocybernaut.